What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Crypto Catch Up. Of course, your number one place to catch up on crypto. Now, we've gotten three key pieces of news about Solana within the last 24 hours that I think are actually pretty damn good. One from its price, one from a developmental side, and one from the whales, all of which, as I mentioned before, I think are pretty damn bullish, and I wanted to share them with you today. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's catch up on Solana. Now, guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade some Solana on up to 50x leverage, you can use the affiliate link to Margex down in the description below. Guys, the craziest part is if you do sign up and start trading, you're going to get up to $10,000 in bonuses, and you don't have to KYC, meaning you don't need to give them your personal information. You just sign up, start trading, get up to $10,000 in bonuses and more with that link down there. Make sure you go check that out and take advantage of it. But overall, let's start with the news. First and foremost, coming from SOLANA'S and Google Cloud. Now, this did actually just release about 20 minutes ago at the time of recording, so it's fresh off the block. And what we can see here is that SOLANA'S partners with Google Cloud to launch the Web3 API. Now, if you've been following Solana for a few years like we have here on the channel, you know that Solana and Google Cloud have had a partnership, and a very fruitful partnership, and they like to bring a lot of announcements. And the great part is a lot of these things they've announced and have done have led to actually a lot of great things, right? It's led to more people using Solana, overall more adoption of Solana, and these types of things actually bring a lot of intrinsic value, which I do think is extremely important. Now, the news that we just got was that Solana Labs and Google Cloud recently launched GameShift, a gaming development API that aims to bridge traditional Web2 experiences with Web3 services such as blockchain tech and digital asset management. Now, the whole point of this is to be something of a Web2 to Web3 bridge, and they say that the tool is largely aimed at developers working on traditional games who want to add Web3 components such as non-fungible tokens or other digital assets to their experiences. Now, this is extremely important, one, because you got to just think about the fact that the world of gaming, the world of Web3 gaming specifically, is going to be one of the biggest in the world of crypto in general, right? Gaming is its own, world within the universe of crypto to some degree. And the fact that they're going to be partnering up with Google Cloud to help provide and facilitate services to the highest degree as possible is extremely important. And then you just have to think, this is Google Cloud. If anybody has access and has the ability to help bridge people from Web 2 to Web 3, especially from Web 2, it's Google and Google Cloud, obviously. And so this is massive, and it puts it gives Solana even more just credibility within the world of general, not only just gaming, but just Web 2 that they're going to need it, right? They're going to need that type of credibility to be able to reach the levels in which they want to, and this gets them there. So this is absolutely fantastic news. Now, the next piece of news that we got was actually from the whales from just last week that actually went and saw that Solana did outperform many of the other alts, including Ethereum, last week in terms of whale inflows. What we can see here is that of course, the different whale inflows we saw Ethereum with almost $30 million worth of outflows. We saw Litecoin at 200,000, XRP 100,000, Cardano down 200,000, other at 2.8 million, but Solana coming in with a $3.2 million worth of inflows just last week, which isn't bad, right? Overall, Solana's not done a ton. It's kind of still in this same little vicinity. And so the fact that we are seeing some of your whales and some of your bigger money starting to kind of jump back in and seeing these positive weeks is definitely a good sign, in my opinion, as piece of news number 2. Now, piece of news number 3 is the fact that Solana has now broken out of the micro trend in which it had been in since July of 2024. From a more technical perspective, what you can see is that Solana had been stuck in what is called a downtrend for about a month and a half, right? Putting in lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, not being able to really do anything. But the moment it did come back down to this key point of support that we talked about in the last Solana video, it did actually find us some support and break back to the upside. Now that Solana's price has cleared the upside, it's broken through this resistance zone, it's very, very possible that Solana could start to try to work its way back up towards $190 to $200, and the door is wide open there, right? You see the cup and handle pattern here, you see the breakout, you see the successful back test from this previous point of resistance, flipping it into some support and trying to use that as a foundation to continue upwards. It's very, very similar to what we saw back here. And after we saw this back here, of course, we saw Solana push back up towards $200. And so because of that, I think there's definitely a lot of good things happening from Solana right now, especially from a news perspective, a whale perspective, and it is starting to reflect in its price as it is starting to clear some of these key breakout levels. And so because of that, a lot of bullish things happening from Solana right now. I'm definitely extremely happy to see it. I have been doing a little bit of buying on some Solana recently, and of course, if you do want to see the things that I do buy when I do buy them, Guys, don't forget, you can, of course, go check out my Patreon. It is linked down in the description below. You can see a bunch of different things, such as my trades, daily TA, daily fundamental analysis, a newsletter, early access to these videos, my portfolios, my buy and sell signals, much more. So feel free to go check that out down below. And of course, I hope you guys did appreciate and enjoy catching up on some of this great Solana news. And of course, I can't wait to catch up with you all next time. Peace out, everybody.